Ladies?
Of course, hubris was classified by the Greeks as a legal term. It was viewed as the protagonist's fatal flaw, which leads inexorably to his ruin. However, in Greek tragedy, hubris should be treated as a law. Once broken, well, there's no escape from its consequences. Hubris, full-blown, climbs the precipitous height and grasps the throne, then topples all and lies in ruins prone.
Who, when such deeds are done, can hope heaven's bolts to shine.
Indeed. See, hubris was an insult, outrage to the gods. So, for example, when Oedipus encounters King Laius on the road to Thebes and he becomes embroiled in a fight over who has right of way, unaware the king is his biological father, Oedipus is so enraged, his pride so wounded, when he's ordered to make way, he kills King Laius and his driver. Thus, hubris unwittingly ensures the prophecy Oedipus would kill his own father is fulfilled. Aristotle was writing at a time when men were expected to defend their honor.
So a Greek audience wouldn't have really blamed him for killing Laius?
Oh, no, they'd hold fate responsible. It was predetermined.
It's Sophocles.
Cut.
What? Karen?
Sorry, Wesley. Oedipus Rex, it's Sophocles.
Yes?
Well, you said Aristotle.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh.
Shall we go again?
I'm sorry, can we just hold it for a second, please? I don't wish to seem vulgar, Wesley, but would it be possible to bring it round to Alcmaeon in Corinth at some point? My translation's being reissued, you see. All right. Thanks.
Oh, sorry, Mum.
That's okay. Everything all right, Tabs?
Yeah, I was just wondering where you are.
Oh, well, I'll be down in a sec, okay?
We should call the police.
I will. I didn't get the number plate, though.
You should still report it. They've got cameras. It must have been picked up. Sorry.
I'll do it.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a call tomorrow. Okay. Nice to come here.
Take another one, but...
I hate him. I actually hate him.
Who?
That smug, two-faced, lying little piece of...
Oh, him.
Do you ever think about cleaning up?
Sorry. Sorry.
And what the hell is he still doing here?
That girl needs to chill out.
We have a problem.
I'm just going for a run. Chloe!
Right, okay.
Any news on the contract for the pilot?
I'm still waiting to hear back.
You know what that means, Karen? It means they're dithering. We had them on the hook. Don't let them wriggle free.
Doing all I can. We can't force them to sign.
Just get the deal done. Yeah? That's what I pay you for. You know, I've still got a script to finish. I've got interviews in
Done
London.
the script.
What do you mean you've done the script?
Don't worry, it'll all be fine. I'll take care of everything.
That nice big day. Beautiful morning.
The clouds are pure and white as Flock's new shore.
Wordsworth?
Keats.
Oh, hey. I heard about your big drugs bust. Elliot Ness. In the garden centre of all places.
Who'd have thought it? Cocaine hidden in seed packets.
Good luck with getting that to grow.
Presumably you heard that we didn't get it all.
It takes the shine off it somewhat. One of my very first cases was just along here. On the end there. Woman hung in her kitchen, nasty.
Solved?
Of course, always did. Unclinical.
Carotid artery has been severed.
How quick?
Minute of consciousness, maybe 2.
Poor lass.
Sexual motive?
Not that I can tell, but I'll know more when I get back to the lab, which I'd love to do just as soon as you two gentlemen are on your way.
Any sign of a weapon?
Not yet, but they are still looking.
You handle that then, will you, Maddox?
Yeah, no problem.
Brought your wetsuit with you, did you?
How are you finding your boss? Which one?
To Wilson.
Were you not concerned when she didn't come home last night?
I assume she was at college. She's always there late. Overnight sometimes.
Boyfriend?
She was seeing someone there. An older guy. They had some massive row the other day, though. He broke it off, apparently. Or tried to.
What's his name?
No idea. Saw him when he picked her up a couple times, but Rose liked him kept private.
Whose car is that?
Rose's?
Do you know what happened to it?
She said she was going to try and meet him the other day. I don't know what happened.
Right, we're gonna need to see Rose's room.
Classic scholar.
It was her whole world. All she ever talked about was her doctorate. She tried explaining it to me, but I never really understood what she was on about, to be honest.
And what are you studying, Chloe?
I'm not at college. I work behind the bar at Freud's.
Can't say I'm a regular.
It's only temporary. I'm saving up to go travelling.
Look at this. The brightest star in the sky.
Serious?
Chloe!
Here.
It's all sorted. He wants to take them off.
This is my boyfriend, Harrison. These are the police. It's Rose.
Who is F, do you know?
No.
Not him. Simon Flaxmore.
No.
Thank you for living. So this mysterious F is the man that she was seeing?
Yeah, but why the secrecy?
Usual reason?
Expect you're right. Man, eh?
Nice swim?
Haha. No sign of the knife yet, but I have got something on the car. It was involved in an RTC at midday, hit a male cyclist. Anonymous caller identified Rose Anderson as the driver.
Did we speak to the cyclist?
No, they left the scene, but we're trying to trace them. The caller said that Rose deliberately tried to hit the bloke on the bike. Sent him flying, apparently.
Well, keep us informed.
Okay, sir. Mum.
I'm glad you changed your mind. Oh? About the transfer. You're good for those two. What the Chuckle Brothers. Sorry. Trust me, I've heard them called worse. Usually by me.
Well, I knew of her, obviously. She was a postgrad student, but I didn't have anything to do with the girl directly. Oh, it's Philippa Garwood you need to speak to. She's her, or rather was, her supervisor.
She was having a relationship with someone here in the college.
Huh?
An older man with the initial F.
Ah. Well, it's not me. Oh, my days for that sort of thing are long gone, I'm afraid. Besides, I never met the girl.
No?
Well, I say I never met her. What I mean is I didn't know her. I mean, let me have a look. That's from a book signing, clearly. I mean, I sign a lot of books of people. It doesn't mean I know them all personally. Ah, poor girl. There's only one love in my life.
Euripides.
Question everything. Learn something. Answer nothing. Wise advice for any policeman, perhaps.
Where would we be likely to find this Philippa Garwood?
Oh, a rota. Somewhere. 1 second. Oh, here we are. Yes, that's right. Philippa. Yeah, she's in a lecture at the moment. I hope you find who did this.
We may need to speak to you again.
Of course. Anything I can do to help.
He seemed very pleased with himself.
Well, it says here he discovered a dusty manuscript in a library 6 years ago. Turned out to be the Victorian translation of a lost Greek play.
Alcmon in Corinth, any good?
Alcmeon in Corinth, Robert. Anyway, Flaxmore authenticated it, made his name.
No doubt he'd been dining out on it ever since, eh?
Sir. Philippa Garwood.
It's just the most tragic news. I can't take it in.
Do you know if anything was bothering her recently?
Only her thesis. Euripides and Children in Greek Tragedy.
Rose worked so hard on it.
What was bothering her about that?
I don't know. She never got round to telling me. We hadn't sat down face to face for a while.
Could it have been connected with Professor Flaxmore?
Well, only in the way that the whole thing would have involved Simon. He wrote the book on Euripides. Literally.
But a good student.
Rose could take a piece of ancient text and look at it in a whole new way. Such a waste.
You two were close then?
She was tutoring my sister's 10-year-old Tabby. God, how am I going to tell her?
We'll need to contact her too.
We think she was seeing someone here in college. Do you know anything about that?
No. I'm afraid I don't.
Older man, initial F, mean anything to you?
No.
Any else?
My husband, Felix.
Do you know Rose Anderson?
Yes, we've been seeing each other.
Since when?
Before Christmas, Rose came to me to ask for advice with her thesis.
And you were happy to help.
These things happen, don't they?
She was a classics student, not astrophysics.
Yeah, excuse me, could you not? It's extremely valuable. It was Newton's.
Did you write this?
Yes.
What does it refer to?
Oh, God, this is embarrassing. It was just a silly little note. There was nothing. She was learning Spanish.
You wrote her a lot of silly notes.
I didn't know she'd keep them. It was just a bit of harmless fun.
Harmless? Why didn't you report the accident?
I just tried to break it off with Rose. That was her response. Reporting her would have just made it worse.
And made it public. So you didn't tell your wife?
What was I supposed to say? Hello, darling, I've just been run over by your student that I'm sleeping with.
So she didn't know about you two?
I wouldn't say that.
So you did tell her?
Not explicitly. No names. But she knew. We have a kind of don't ask, don't tell arrangement.
It's awful news about the American girl.
I know.
How's she getting along?
Fine, I thought.
Yeah?
I hadn't seen her for a while. She emailed me asking for a deferral. Last-minute research issue or something.
Oh, really? Well, what was it, did she say?
No. Anyway, I think you saw her more recently than I did.
Did I?
She mentioned she'd spoken to you about Alchemy in Corinth.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, it was a small translation thing. That's right, yeah. Did you mention that to the police?
Simon, what's going on?
Well, nothing. I'm just worried about the reputation of the college, that's all.
It's me you're talking to, remember? There's only one reputation you're interested in, and it isn't the college's.
It was found in the canal bed.
It's like an ordinary steak knife.
Except it's commercial use rather than domestic, so hotels, restaurants.
By the hundreds, I imagine.
Other than that, there's nothing forensically.
So, indulge me. What do we know so far?
Rose Anderson, fatally stabbed on her evening run between 6 and 8 o'clock. Earlier in the day, she'd tried to run her lover, Felix Garwood, off the road after he'd rejected her.
So he kills her in revenge?
No. He was giving a presentation between 6 and 8, lots of witnesses.
And before then?
With his wife, Philippa. She says she drove him to this presentation.
It's always the wives, isn't it?
Something about her. She was certainly aware that her husband was carrying on with the victim.
But if a woman finds out her husband's been unfaithful, she's more likely to kill him than her. What about Professor Flaxmore?
Slippery.
Sir, that was Chloe Ilson, the victim's flatmate. Apparently she's got something of the victim's for you.
Excuse me.
Talk sense to a fool, and it calls you foolish.
You don't need to keep buying her things, you know?
It's fine. It was Felix's idea, actually. Anyway, she deserves spoiling, what with everything she's going through.
Slow down, Tabs. Another thing to worry about.
Oh, Jen. Might help take her mind off what's happened.
So what did the police say?
Just that she'd been attacked whilst out jogging.
So shocking.
When's Paul back?
Oh, he's due back soon. Why?
I gave the police your details. They wanted to speak to you both.
But I thought it was this mugger or something.
Who knows? It's not a problem, is it?
No, of course not. Slow down, Tabs.
Ta-da! Ah, there you go. Perfect. Well done. High five.
Tabs, will you go and check in your dad with the tea? Yeah, she's been nagging for one of those forever, but they're so expensive.
Yeah, one of the perks of the job, I suppose.
So, how long had Rose Anderson been working as a tutor to Tabitha?
Since last September. It's exam year and my sister recommended it.
Here we are. I suppose it can get quite competitive, can it, between the parents?
Well, yes, but that's not the reason why. Tabby's not been very well, so she's missed a lot of school.
Oh, nothing serious, I hope.
Well...
Tabitha was born with a genetic blood disorder. Fanconi anemia. Her chances aren't very good.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's the thing, though. She looks fine, though, doesn't she?
We've been looking for a stem cell donor, but...
She's been an absolute star, though. Blood transfusions, hormone therapy. She never complains.
She's been in hospital more than school, which is why we needed Rosie's help.
Look, I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but where were you specifically between 6 and 8 p.m. yesterday?
That's okay. I was in Cheltenham at a conference. I'm an optometrist. I have the details if you'd...
Yeah, please.
And you, Mrs. Brightway?
Me? Well, I was here. I was at home.
I've got something, Lizzie. This bracelet's for you.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have children?
No.
Turn down the...
Rose was working in my room a couple of nights ago. Didn't think you'd want it, to be honest. It's just her doctoral research.
No, it's probably best we have it, thank you.
She was in a bit of a state about it.
Right.
I don't know, she just said that something she'd found out had made her rethink the whole thing.
There isn't anything else that you forgot to tell us, is there?
No?
Well, if you remember anything, give me a call.
Do you know who might have done it?
That was clever.
I'm sorry, okay?
2 more days and then we're out of here. Okay. Ready?
Coming.
What is that?
Cannelloni.
That's what it was meant to be. What is it now?
Yeah, very funny.
So, how was it today?
Well, we found a knife at least. Not that it gives us much. No sexual motive. Nothing was taken, so...
Random attacker?
Yeah, frightening thought.
Come on.
Well... It's taken.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh, thank you, Phil.
I'm gonna have a baby sister.
Yeah, or brother. Isn't that amazing?
I want a sister.
She's only 10 years old.
Well, yeah. She was only 7 when she was diagnosed, apparently. What's the prognosis?
Well, with Fanconi anemia, assuming they can find the right donor, a bone marrow or stem cell transplant could cure it altogether. But without it...
Not good.
No. Even with all the transfusions and hormone therapy. Late teens.
Well, obviously it's very early days, but I cannot tell you the sense of relief. Wow, well done, Dad.
Thank
What
you.
am I thinking? I've got some fizz in the fridge.
Oh,
please
bring
don't
on the
worry.
bubbles.
Don't be silly, of course. Come. Oh, go and help her then, Tab. How exciting.
Philippa, bring the good
Oranges
stuff.
for me.
Don't you touch her.
Here we go.
Fantastic.
Guys. Thanks, Tab.
Here we are.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you. I think we should propose a toast to the person who made this possible, but sadly, to Rose.
To Rose.
You been home?
Briefly.
Something odd's come up. I've been going through the victim's bank records. Last November, Rose Anderson transferred £10,000 into Jenny and Paul Brightway's account.
Well, she was tutoring their Tabitha. Why on earth should she be handing over that sort of money to them?
Why, indeed.
I better go and ask, eh? I could use an eye test. Nice one.
It's the best way of finding a cure for her. We spent 3 years searching for a stem cell donor for Tabby. All in vain. Which is why we decided to go down the IVF route.
The saviour's sibling.
Yes, take a seat over there for me. The IVF route means they can screen the embryo and make sure the antigens match. If you just look straight ahead for me. We started the latest round on Valentine's Day, ironically.
Yeah, not the most romantic way to spend it.
It's been a very stressful time for Jenny. We've had a few failures.
It's a bit hard, I'm sorry.
It is. And it cost us a fortune. If you'd like to take a seat over there for me, put your chin on the rest. And I know that we shouldn't put a price on it, but I can't even think about the amount of debt we're in.
So, he asked Rose for the money?
No, she insisted on helping us. We didn't like having to accept, but just look straight ahead for me.
Seems like a lot of money to take from a post-grad student.
She borrowed it from her father. It was a loan. We are going to pay it back. Tabby's life is at stake. It's not a choice. Besides, when it's your children, you do anything you can, don't you? Just keep your head as still as you can, please. Look straight ahead.
So do you think you'll carry on with the IVF?
Shouldn't really say anything yet. It's very early stages, but, well, it looks like it's been successful. Jenny's pregnant.
Oh, congratulations.
I can't tell you how happy we are. We couldn't have done it without Rose. There. All done. Perfectly healthy.
Oh, good.
I bet they've seen some sights.
More than I care to remember.
How's the investigation going? Well, I know I shouldn't ask, but it's just that we were so fond of Rose, you know, and the last time we saw her, she was very upset.
Oh, why?
She'd had some flaming row with her flatmate, Claire, is it?
Chloe, did she say what it was about?
Nothing. Just stupid housework stuff.
Well, we were told it was a blazing row. There must have been more to it than whose turn it was to do the washing up.
But that's what she was like. Her temper was mental. She used to flip out over the smallest thing.
And what was it this time?
She didn't like Harrison being around her all the time. Things were pretty tense.
Hang on a minute. Seed packets stolen from the garden centre. I know what's in it.
It's not mine.
No. This is the missing stuff from Hathaway's drugs raid. Rose knew about the drugs, didn't she?
She walked in on Harrison chopping it out in the kitchen. Went ballistic.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Betrayed by her best friend.
It was nothing to do with me. I tried telling her it was all Harrison's idea.
Oh, really? You told me that you were saving up to go travelling. You had 25,000 quid's worth of holiday funds hidden in a cupboard.
No, it was nothing to do with me.
Well, it was. You allowed Harrison to stash it there.
He's not an easy bloke to say no to.
So, Rose threatens to call the police, and then she's murdered. Very convenient.
I didn't kill her. I was working at the bar, you can check.
What about your boyfriend? Where was he?
I'm not sure.
So it must be the case that 1 astronomical unit cubed is equal to g times the mass of the sun times 1 year squared times 4 pi squared. And it is with that I'll leave you. Those of you with quick responses to collect, I'll be in my office from 10 a.m. sharp. The rest of you, see you Thursday.
Thank you.
Is everything okay? Is it Tabby? You should have phoned. We can go for lunch.
Please, don't.
Have you seen this man before?
Yeah, he was Rose's bloke. Saw him at Harrison's place a couple times as well.
What, he's a customer?
A regular. Prof.
Sorry?
Prof, he calls him. I don't know his real name, sorry. One of his best customers, though. They were pretty tight. Why? What's he got to do with this?
Hello again.
Hi.
Who are you here to see?
You, actually. Something I wanted to pick your brain about, if you've got a moment.
Yes, it's always nice to be wanted. Now?
If that's convenient.
Of course, I was just on my way to the library. Do you have a first name?
James.
Follow me, James.
So Felix Garwood was buying drugs from this Harrison Sachs.
Rose Anderson found out they were using her place to stash the drugs.
Yeah, so chances are she was also aware that Felix was a regular customer.
We wouldn't want that coming out.
Exactly.
Maybe Felix was more involved than that, though.
What, you mean involved in actually drug dealing, you mean?
Yeah, stronger motive for keeping Rose quiet.
Yeah, maybe. His alibi for the murder was pretty solid, right now.
He might not have done it himself.
Well, Harrison?
Conspiracy. I mean, he's got 4, GBH, Section 18.
Or with a knife?
Got 2 years for it.
Right. I think I'll go and ask our handsome astronomer what he thought he was getting into. You see if you can find Harrison.
Sir.
Where the hell is Hathaway?
This seems to form the cornerstone of Rose's work.
She was increasingly focused upon it, true. Being newly discovered, it was less studied than the more known plays. She'd found a niche, and that's crucial.
What about this passage she's so interested in? What stars are these, steering their course yonder, the twin lions of Nemea, still running high at this hour?
What's your thinking?
Well, it doesn't matter what my thinking is, it's what she was thinking that matters. The two lions, Leo Major, Leo Minor, why does she make such constant reference to them?
We academics tend to find the highest drama in the smallest of discoveries. Whatever it was, it had rattled Flaxmoor's cage. But she didn't come to me with it.
Understandable, perhaps.
Don't be coy, officer. You're thinking, why does she put up with it? Why doesn't she just leave him? Do you understand everything you do? I can't go on, I'll go on.
Joyce?
Beckett.
You go that way, Rog. Harrison Sachs, I need you to come with me for questioning.
Sarge, you okay?
I need backup going to Harrison Sachs's flat. Blackbird Lee's.
Yes, I know about Rose. I know about all of them. Unconventional lives can't be understood by everyone. Look at what she did for Tabitha. Felix has always convinced me that I was the one. The others are just an itch he needs to scratch.
So if you didn't bring it home, it was all right, was it?
More like it didn't exist. If I lose Felix, I lose part of me.
You must really love him.
I love him and hate him.
Did you hate Rose Anderson?
Yes. I didn't kill her.
You see, the thing is, the tricky thing for me is that your husband has a very strong alibi and you don't.
Do innocent people go around worrying about alibis for future crimes which may or may not be committed? No. If I was going to kill anyone, I'd kill Felix. Bugger. I have to meet a student. I'll be half an hour. Is that okay?
Of course.
Police, open up, Mr. Sachs!
Police, there you are!
For you.
Thank you. This is a hoax.
Hoax?
Rose Anderson found out.
What do you mean?
She was about to reveal to the world that Professor Flaxmoor's precious lost play was actually a fake.
Professor
Garwood?